These are the top 10 most legendary gladiators that ever fought in the Roman Colosseum. Number 10. Commodus. Yes, this is the emperor that they used in the Gladiator movie. Anyway, this one is a weird one because he wasn't a traditional slave gladiator, but instead he was the emperor and only fought out of his obsessive interest in the arena. Unlike professional gladiators, Commodus's fights had staged outcomes, preordained for his victory, but don't think that makes him a pushover since Roman emperors still had the best fighting tutors, which allowed him to display brilliant skill in the arena. But not only was he obsessive, his obsessiveness led to delusion, where he would proclaim himself as the reincarnation of Hercules, where he would fight both men and animals. I, Hercules, will fight the Hydra once again. As you could probably guess, many considered Commodus's actions to be scandalous since it was not fitting of an emperor to participate in such events, especially in staged events. But despite the staged fights, he still gained some popularity with the people. With him fighting in the arena and pretending to be Hercules, it comes as no surprise that his rule ultimately devolved into tyranny, where he was later assassinated by a wrestler named Narcissus in 192 AD. Number 9. Spiculus. Spiculus is what you call a professional suck-up, or a D1 teacher's pet, since he found favor with Emperor Nero. During his time in the Colosseum, he became a gladiator of great renown and tactical skills, where Spiculus received wealth, houses, and many other luxuries hardly any other gladiator would have seen or experienced in their lifetime. The close relationship he shared with Nero differed from other gladiators, so much so that Emperor Nero would call upon him for personal entertainment. Which just sounds like prostitution to me, but anyway, Emperor Nero had so much respect and love for Spiculus that even in his last days he wanted to have Spiculus at his side. This is just like how I would imagine Dana White on his deathbed would be like, "Please, bring me John Bone Jones." But despite Nero glazing Spiculus like a donut at Krispy Kreme, Spiculus still failed to show up, and Nero had to end his life alone. It feels like I just read a gay love story to you guys instead of telling you about a legendary gladiator. Number 8. Priscus and Verus. Now, you may be saying, how can there be two in the same exact spot? Well, that is because they were both involved in the greatest duel to ever take place in the Roman Colosseum, where both Priscus and Verus were two deadly gladiators, both known for their extraordinary skill and performing capabilities, leading them to fight each other in their last battle, where they were recorded to be equal in strength and in sportsmanship. After heavy fighting on both sides, both were declared winners by Emperor Titus and were given the wooden sword Rudes, which gave them their freedom. This great battle turned into a gesture of respect, courage, and mutual honor among gladiators, where this duel is still remembered as one of the most incredible moments in gladiatorial history. Number 7. Hermes. Hermes was a jack of all trades, where he was a multidisciplined gladiator who had extensive experience in handling different weapons and, as his name suggests, he was quick inside the arena. Gladiators usually have their areas of specialization, but Hermes could perform as both a murmillo, which is a heavily armored gladiator wielding a sword and carrying a big shield, and also as a lighter, quicker fighter. His adaptability with a wide range of skills earned him the applause of fans and fellow gladiators alike. It's kinda like how 90s hoopers and fans talk about MJ. The Roman poet Martial stated that Hermes had mastered the art of each role that he played within the arena, hence being truly a master of the arena. See? Just like how old heads talk about MJ. Hermes was one of the most deadly gladiators a person would ever have to face. Since there's no record of him dying, it makes it seem like facing him would be exactly like an execution. Number 6. Tetrates. He belonged to the class of murmillo gladiators who fought with heavy armor, a short sword or gladius, and with a big shield. His name was remembered because his victories were celebrated through various ancient artworks, whose ruins were found as far north as England and France, allowing these nations to bear witness to his fame across the empire. He gained his fame for his strength and the tactical way he used to fight, because he was like, why only have brawn when I could also have brain too? His pictures were shown in several murals and pieces of pottery, and unlike most of the other gladiators whose fame was confined to a particular locality, Tetrates was able to obtain a sort of pan-Roman celebrity status, allowing his name to become synonymous with the spirit of the gladiators. To put it into perspective, this guy was Elvis amounts of famous in the Roman Empire, and he very much deserved the fame, since he was one of the most skilled gladiators to ever battle in the arena. Number 5. Marcus Attilius. Marcus Attilius began his career as a novice, or Tiro, and had gained his first lick of fame by defeating established gladiators. Of Roman birth, he went into the arena of his own free will, rather than being enslaved or forced into such such a practice. His first recorded victory is against a gladiator named Hilaris, who had won 13 consecutive battles, a testament to Attilius's natural talent and bravery. It's kinda like playing chess your whole life just for a 5-year-old genius to kick your cheeks in with a 2-move checkmate. The rise of Attilius was hailed as nothing less than phenomenal. It's what we call a generational run today, wherein one man made it big while many other novices would fall by the wayside. His success became a story of triumph against all odds, where he instantly became a fan favorite to the Roman public and was immortalized as a hero. Number 4. Carpophorus. Michael Vick wishes he was this gladiator because our friend Carpophorus exclusively killed animals, since he specialized in the class Venetianese or Besteri because fighting people was just too scary. Considered by many to be one of the finest Besteris or animal abusers out there, Carpophorus single-handedly offed lions, bears, and leopards. His capability to murk dangerous animals made him loved by the crowd, many of whom considered him to be a near mythological character. Stories of Carpophorus's feats took on the aspect of legend, since he was like, killing these animals one-on-one is cool and all, but what if I kill all 3 of them in the same show? And so he did, where he killed a bear, lion, and leopard all in one show. His bravery in the face of deadly animals armed with just a little more than a spear and a shield made him a celebrity within Rome. If this guy was still doing what he did today, do you think that one old vegan teacher would make a video about him? Number 3. Crixus. Crixus was a Gaulish warrior and one of the major leaders in the rebellion against Rome, led by Spartacus. This strong and charismatic gladiator was unstoppable in the arena before he joined the rebellion. Later running an immense slave army, which was quite open about being against the power of Rome, made him and Spartacus iconic symbols of resistance and hope among other gladiators. Where Crixus was noted to fight for his co-gladiators and slaves' freedom, but despite the power of friendship that they had, Crixus broke away from Spartacus because of a difference in strategy. But I guess his strategy wasn't so great because he was later killed fighting against the Roman legions, where his image lived on through the rebellion, becoming a legendary hero through his showing of bravery and dedication. Number 2. Flamma. Most of you probably already know about Flamma, but he was just so badass, how could I not put him at the number 2 spot? Flamma was a Syrian gladiator who was highly talented and dedicated to the arena, where he was awarded a wooden sword, which was just a ceremonial gift that meant freedom, not once, not twice, not thrice, but course different occasions. This guy loved offing people so much that he voluntarily rejected freedom 4 times in favor of fighting. I think that should tell you enough about Flamma's character, and that he was a complete lunatic. He fought in more than 30 recorded matches, winning most of them, making him a fan favorite and a living legend of his time. I gotta say, meeting this guy must have been one of the most terrifying things to do in history. So, what do you do for work? I legally murder people for the entertainment of the crowd. Oh, have you ever considered quitting? Quit? Why would I ever quit? You know what they say? Find a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Oh, number 1. Spartacus. Now it is time to get to the man, the myth, the legend, Spartacus. Spartacus was a Thracian gladiator who led one of the largest and most well-known slave uprisings in history. Originally a slave, Spartacus became a gladiator, escaped with other slaves, and during the next 2 years led an increasingly powerful army against the Roman legions, and he even managed to defeat a few of them in several battles. His leadership, strategy, and tenacity made him a legendary figure, and a symbol of resistance against oppression across Rome. And you know what? It turned out that both Spartacus's and Crixus's strategies were wrong, because they both died, where Spartacus finally died in 71 BC, where he was defeated in battle, becoming a hero for many, where his story and legend will live on even to the modern era. We even have a good movie about him. I wonder if Crixus and Spartacus argue in heaven like, well, your strategy didn't work either. Oh yeah? Well, at least they made a movie about me. Loser. I think it would be really cool to see what it would be like in the Colosseum, and that's why I'm a big advocate for bringing it back. Like, think about it. We send 2 criminals that are on death row, like Carson the cannibal and Murphy the murderer, to fight each other, and nobody will feel bad about it because they both are criminals, and prisons will make a lot of money off of it. I don't know, just some food for thought. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, Poppy, and I'll see you in another episode.